wanted to talk a little bit about The Source, which is the company that you created for actors, artists, people who want to get better at expressing in general. And several years ago when we first met, I had said to you, would you be willing to work with me on becoming a better actress? And you said, yeah, we'll talk about it. And then several years later, you started working with me and a bunch of other people to develop a curriculum specifically for actors. And I've been talking to different people about it, and like different actors and things like that, enrolling them in the idea of coming and participating and seeing what you've created, because it's been incredible for me. And a lot of the questions that they ask is like, well, how is it different than Meisner? How is it different than Stella Adler or whatever? And a lot of what the answers that I've given have been like, well, it's a partnership with that, because it gives you the foundation underneath all of the technical skills and all of the kind of traditional approaches to acting that we've had throughout time. Like it really gets to the core of the actor so that you can work on the raw material, and then everything else that they produce is affected by that. But I don't know, like I'm curious to know what your perception is of the curriculum that you created and where it came from. And
well, it comes from a mix of human behavior and philosophy, and also really technical communication. Acting is all about a type of communication and being not only more aware, but more congruent in your communication. So you want people to, if you will, and I'm going to be a bit common in what I say, you want people to buy your character.
Right.
And the way they buy it is they find it congruent and authentic. Now the question is, if someone could be totally congruent in a character and express authentically through that character, so they could do any sort of a scene or whatever, certainly that actor could do anything. So the question is, how do you achieve that? How do you achieve congruence? How do you achieve authenticity? And I think there are many roads to do this. The thing that I think makes The Source a bit unique is I come from a non-acting background. You could say, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Which is,
So that's good and bad. The good aspect is it comes from a behaviorist, humanist sort of practical and philosophical background, dealing with communication, dealing with all sorts of things relating to the psychodynamics of people and humans, without being tainted by the current pedagogy of acting. And there's both a good and a bad. The good is when you have something that comes in like that fresh, it provides a tool that goes outside of the box of all the normal tool sets. Any actor that wants to create a methodology of acting, especially if they know there's other methodologies, they're influenced in a certain way. And that can be very, very good. But at times, it's also good to have something that is not influenced in the normal way by that, as if coming from another planet. So to some degree, The Source is not just created for actors. It's created for human communication. It's something that can be used in arbitration. It's something that can be used in negotiations. It's something that can be used in parenting. It's something that could be used in a love relationship. And it comes from that perspective, but does have a strong application to what you would call that authentic, congruent expression. And it's not tainted by the other schools that are all extraordinary. It's not at all that they're not great. It's that this is different. So one of the things you can say about The Source, truly, because the way it was created had not much to do with acting, had to do with the human psychodynamic, has to do with a whole psychodynamic model of not only human behavior, but human moral, ethical action. So understanding that, understanding the way that functions within the body, within the emotions, within the thoughts, and how thoughts interrelate with all of those things, and emotions interrelate, how they all are together as a system, is a body of knowledge that was grown specifically apart from the major schools, not only of acting, but of psychology and philosophy. And it's unique. And in its uniqueness is its power. And that's one of the, I think, an important thing about it.